Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
Episode 215, Weather Weekly. Good to be with you here as we roll along, already kind of flirting with the middle of the month of February. We'll get there by the end of this week. So we're moving right along. Nice to have at least one singular mild day last week. Hopefully you were able to get out and enjoy. It was that Monday. Man, broke a record for the daily temperature there. Flirted with 70 degrees. It's going to be a far cry from that, I think, this week, unfortunately. It's going to be quite active. A lot that we need to watch out for, depending on where you live. There's going to be a host of differences in terms of what type of precipitation you may encounter here over the next 7 days, as we're tracking kind of several rounds of precipitation, whether it be snow, whether it be ice or sleet, whether it be rain. Coming our way this week. And I do think accumulation will be in play for a few of the days coming up this week and potentially into early next weekend as well. So a lot that we're going to be keeping an eye on. We will walk you through it, detailed, day by day, hour by hour, in the week ahead forecast for February 10th, 2025. That's next on Weather Weekly.
Looking for ways to save on your energy bills? AES Indiana has you covered. From smart thermostats to home energy assessments, we offer simple solutions to keep your home comfortable and your costs down. AES can help you save money and energy with kits, tips, rebates, and more. Visit aesindiana.com/ways to save to learn more about how we can help you save money. AES Indiana, helping you discover real ways to save.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy. I'm cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. One purchased equals one donated. Now go to bombas.com/Wondery and use code Wondery for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/Wondery and use code Wondery at checkout.
All right, let's move along here. The week ahead forecast for February 10th, 2025. Let's get started with, first off, again, the headline here. And keep in mind, we record this here very early on in the week. So things are going to change. And if they do, we'll do a Snow Talk forecast or podcast that you will get alerted to if you are a subscriber. But three systems that we are potentially going to be watching for this week, okay? Now, I'll go day by day, but let me just kind of put it out there, the days that we're going to be watching. Tuesday, Wednesday night, but more so Thursday, okay? Wednesday overnight into Thursday morning. And then potentially this weekend, Saturday, okay? So those are the 3 systems that we're eyeing. As we're getting a little bit closer, I think Tuesday is going to be less of an impact for most of central Indiana. If you listen to us and you live in the southern third of the state, it may be somewhat of an impact. Wednesday night into Thursday is going to be interesting, depending on where you live. We'll walk you through that. And then Saturday too. And I know that's over, that's a week away, at least from the time that we are recording this podcast. So that's one of those that we may have to keep you updated. Obviously, just those are the 3 I want you to pay attention to. Okay, they're on our radar, and those are the ones that you need to stay up to date with. All right, so let's kind of guide you through the forecast here. Okay, so let's start with Monday the 10th. And I think Monday's gonna be quiet, no issues, seasonable. All right, just kind of your standard early to mid February day. I think you're going to have probably increasing clouds of the day, so probably quiet as we head off to work and school, and clear. We'll have some bright conditions. I do think that clouds will gradually kind of build in throughout the day. And I've got highs around the upper 30s, maybe lower 40s. That's average. Normal high, typically around 38, 39 for this time of year. So nothing out of the ordinary there. For the overnight hours, we do have a system that will be approaching. And I see that we're probably going to stay pretty cloudy heading into the overnight hours. Ahead of that system, overnight lows will slip into the upper 20s, which is technically a little bit above average for this time of year. Okay. Now Tuesday, here comes system number one. I would say from daytime hours, daybreak to sunset. Okay, there is some light snow possible, so we have a weak wave that right now a lot of the models are kind of guiding over the southern portions of our state. Could we see some snow showers around the Indy metro area? Yes. But the lean and the trend has been to keep that snow probably south of the metro area as of right now. And even then, those areas probably pick up very light accumulations. Okay. Maybe around an inch. So I don't think it's going to be overly problematic. And again, that's during the daytime hours on Tuesday. But as of right now, I'm gonna lean toward Tuesday's snowmaker, staying south of Indianapolis and only around an inch. So places like Bedford and Seymour, and then all the way down to the Ohio River, you could pick up around an inch or so. Okay. As we go into the evening hours, snow will wind down, and then we'll kind of quiet down for the overnight. So Tuesday's highs, mid-30s. That's an Indianapolis high. Okay, forecasted high, and then mid-20s with mostly cloudy skies on Tuesday night. Now, Wednesday. Most of the day is dry, it appears to me right now. So I'm going to go mostly cloudy and highs in the mid-30s. So again, slightly below average, pretty close to average for this time of year. Wednesday night into Thursday, that's when things get hairy. And this is going to be it's going to be a stronger system. It's going to be a more potent system, okay? Both the GFS and the European model, all right? So that kind of gets us in that past 84-hour range that we're watching for. They are kind of on board now. There's a lot of discrepancy on the track there, but both of them basically are going to split the state in half. And this is why this forecast is going to be extremely complicated, okay? And it's going to be ever-changing. This is something you guys need to keep updated with. All right? I'm warning you now. If you're listening to this Monday morning when it's released, this is going to change a few times, probably between now and Wednesday night. What we're looking at right now is basically the heart of the system is going to ride right across our state, and it's going to split the state in half. Right now, it looks like probably the northern third at least, but possibly northern half, looking at a few inches of snow. What do I mean by a few? Probably more than 2 or 3 plus inches, okay? And then the southern half could see a decent amount of rainfall. And right in the middle, which could include Indianapolis, there could be some ice accumulation. Again, I'm using the word could and maybe, and I'm using that a lot. And I hate doing that when we're forecasting, but that's when you're talking about a system that's basically going to ride right overhead and you're going to be having all the varieties of precipitation in play. Just a simple shift to the north or the south by maybe 10, 15, 20 miles could mean a huge difference for certain communities on seeing some rain, some ice, some snow, okay? So this is something that we're going to have to fine tune, okay? I do think this is going to be a high impact event, even if it's rain. I think there's going to be a lot of moisture here. So, at best, Wednesday morning's drive is going to be very soggy and misty and the windshield wipers will be moving. That's a best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you may be trying to travel through several inches of snowfall, or even worse yet, if you get ice, it could be a skating rink in some areas. So, again, there's a lot of what ifs here. But again, all of this is going to begin Wednesday evening or Wednesday night, probably after dinner time. All right. Now, give or take a few hours. I'm hopeful that we can get through the evening drive on Wednesday, but I can't guarantee that. But I certainly think the heart of this is going to be kind of in that 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. window. Okay. A lot of uncertainty, a lot of things that we got to iron out. Just know that that's a time frame that you guys need to pay attention to depending on where you live. Okay. I wish I could go into more specifics. We're just not there yet. Okay. Now, rest of the forecast. After we get past Thursday morning, any, snow chances or ice or rain, that should be gone probably by lunch, but probably before, but at least by lunchtime. Then we're mostly cloudy, and it is going to be colder with highs in the lower 30s. Thursday night, partly cloudy. I think it gets really cold. Lows will be into the low teens. And then Friday, dry, bright, but chilly, mostly sunny, highs in the low 30s. Our next system comes in on Saturday, and I think both of the medium range models, the GFS and European, are both on board with another very potent system. The track is going to be very dependent on what we see again. So I think just like our Wednesday night into Thursday system could bring another round of, depending on where you're at, snow, ice, and rain. Basically, that weather, the weather pattern is extremely active. Now, I'm not going to be sold completely on the weekend system as of yet. There's been so many discrepancies on just case in point, like I said, I think Tuesday is going to be a miss for the metro area, but a week ago when we were starting to look at this, it looked like it was a big snow and it looked like we might get back to back like Tuesday and Thursday. Now it looks like it's just potentially one. Things change a lot when you talk about, you're getting a week out and more. So I'm not going to raise any alarm bells yet, but I will say, and if you listen to this podcast, we mentioned that this pattern is going to turn very active and it's going to turn cold. So that opens you up for snow and snow accumulation or wintry weather chances there. So you were made aware of this in last week's podcast. And really, I think we've been talking about the pattern was going to be quite active for the last several weeks, right? So just be aware of that. Can't get into more details than that, but winter a long way from being done. So make sure the snow blowers are all still, gassed up and ready to go because, you guys know just as much as I do, we can get snow into late March, early April. So we got a long way to go before we can finally call it quits on that. Okay. So again, just to recap, Tuesday, I don't think it's gonna be overly problematic, but be on guard. Wednesday overnight, Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That's system number one. Pay attention to that. That could be an impact system for us, especially for the Thursday morning drive. And then coming up this weekend on Saturday. All right. Those are the three days that I want you to keep an eye on. All right. We will wrap everything up and kind of look at the extended outlook and much more. That's coming up next here on Weather Week.
Weight loss. It needs to be fast and sustainable. Noom GLP-1 starts at just $149 and ships to your door in 7 days. Take it from Lauren, who lost 22 pounds on Noom.
If I come off of the GLP-1, it's not going to automatically make my weight yo-yo back.
$149 GLP-1s? Now that's Noom smart. Get started at Noom.com. Real Noom user compensated to provide their story. Individual results may vary. Not all customers will medically qualify for prescription medications. Compounded medications are not reviewed by the FDA for safety, efficacy, or quality.
Quick climate numbers for you here. Precipitation for the month of February, after we're over a week in now. Haven't had a lot, honestly. It's been very quiet here. Liquid precipitation just under 0.2 minutes, just 0.17. That's down nearly a half an inch. Last year, this time we didn't have a drop of precip. I guess I should go back to December. 6.07 total for the liquid equivalent. We're down just over a half an inch. And last year at this time, we had 6.18. We were actually a little bit higher. Snowfall. Just for the month, a trace. We actually got that this past Saturday. Officially, when we had kind of a mixed bag for a little bit. Normal value should be around 1.9, so we're down 1.9. Last year at this time, we didn't have anything on the snowboard. And let's see, since December, again, 13 inches. We're down about 4 inches for the entire snow season, 16.3. That is only down 1.7 inches of snowfall. 8-14-day outlook here. Pretty strong signals for below average temperatures. This is for the dates of February 16th through the 22nd. Precip looks near normal. So that still kind of leaves us potentially in a somewhat active pattern. But there are some signs that we may kind of settle things down a little bit after Valentine's Day, right? After that weekend system. right? Valentine's Day's Friday coming up. And then that Saturday I mentioned to you in the last segment, that's that third system that we will need to keep an eye on. Once we get beyond that, not saying it's completely dry, but maybe we kind of back it off a little bit. You don't see as many waves kind of coming in here, all right? But it does look chilly. It does look colder. And so the pattern probably stays cold here as we get to the second half of the month of February. All right, that'll do it for me here for this week's podcast. Again, if there's any, significant changes and we're going to get hit hard by some accumulating snow, we will do some Snow Talk podcasts. Those will be pushed to your device, whatever you choose to listen to when that happens. We'll also update that on social media and let you know if you are a subscriber there. You can shoot me an email anytime if you got some feedback or questions, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. You can also reach me on social media at Marcus Bailey for X, Instagram. I think it's then at Marcus Bailey Weather on Facebook for sure and on TikTok. So on all of those platforms, if you shoot me a message, I'll get a notification there. So feel free to ask questions. Hope to hear from you. Also, you can get our forecast 24 hours a day on our website, wishtv.com/weather. And of course, our free Storm Track 8 weather app. That is a free download. You have to go to your phone's app store. I believe you have to search Wish TV Weather, not Storm Track 8 Weather. So Wish TV Weather, and that will get you our Storm Track 8 weather app for free. Very handy tool, especially with the active weather we're going to have coming up potentially this week. Can alert you of all the advisories and watches and warnings and all that fun stuff. And, of course, you can get my forecast Monday through Friday on the TV side locally on Wish TV in Indianapolis, Channel 8, Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. Hope to see you there. While you're here, make sure to check out all the other podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We will talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.